Why is it so tempting to try to shape behavior? And what should we really be focused on if we're going to create lasting change? What it is I want to talk to you about is how our beliefs drive our destiny. What we believe to be true actually ends up creating the world we live in. So that means that what we say in our head, what we see in our head, the way that we live from our belief system, it ends up creating tomorrow. It's consistent with the scripture that says that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat of its fruit. Right out of Proverbs, we learn that there is a direct connection between the world that we have inside our head and how it comes out and creates a world around us. When we're helping people, that's where you want to go. You know, if you're gonna neutralize a rattlesnake, you don't cut the rattles off. You don't go after the rattles and start sawing away on the rattle because you're going to get hurt. When we have a problem, when we're dealing with somebody, the behavior is just the end. Go after the head. Go after the belief system. Over and over, we've heard this. We've heard about the power of declarations. We've heard about the power of the tongue. Helping people, this is crucial. This is 101 stuff right here. If I don't address what you believe to be true, then I am missing really what it is that's going to create lasting change. Think about it. If my belief or my perception of a dog is shaped from the time I'm a little boy, that dog bites me in the face. So I get bit in the face by a dog. All of a sudden, when I see a dog, I am immediately believing something about dogs. That dog is trying to hurt me. The interpretation of a dog's behavior, when that dog's moving towards me, I think that dog's going to hurt me. I need to defend myself, and I'm scared. So I run. The behavior that has led through my belief system is I'm now running away from the dog. And what's the dog doing? The dog is chasing me. Why? Because dogs chase things that move. But I look back at that dog chasing me, and it reinforces what I believe, which is that dog wants to hurt me. That dog, like every other dog, wants to kill me. I'm terrified. I'm running down the street. Dogs, throughout my life, I run from dogs. They chase me. Eventually, a dog jumps up on me, thinks we're playing, knocks me down. I get hurt. Reinforces dogs are trying to hurt me. And this is the life cycle I have. Eventually, I get big enough. I see a dog. I reach for the ground. I grab a stick and I go at the dog. The dog growls at me. What do I interpret that as? Dogs are trying to hurt me. And I never realized that I'm the one creating the problem with the dog. It's my belief system that's moving me towards creating a problem that reinforces dogs are trying to hurt me. Look at that dog growling at me. He wants to hurt me. No, you have a stick in your hand and you're waving at the dog. He's protecting himself. But because I never caught the power of my belief system, I never took responsibility for actually creating the problem. So over and over, we go through our lives creating problems out of our belief systems, but that the result of the loop is it reinforces the belief system. I'm going to help you by going after what you believe to be true. There's a truth and there's a lie. And again, we get this lie, it gets wedged in our believer, and then we start reinforcing it. We behave consistently to where we end up believing, I'm powerless. I'm a powerless victim. This is the lie. Somewhere in my life, I was overpowered. Somewhere in my life, there was a trauma, there was an injury, there was a situation where I was stripped of my power. If that lie gets settled into my character, I'm going to live it out over and over and over and over and over, and I'm going to create situations where I think I'm a victim. I honestly believe I'm a victim. I'm powerless. That person did this. That person did this. In our first track, when we talked about powerless and powerful, this is where it happens. It happens somewhere back there, I clicked into, I believe I'm powerless. And so that lie sets me up to create bad guys everywhere I go. Each job I've had, there was a bad guy. Each relationship I've had, they became a bad guy. Each friendship I had, there's a bad guy. Everywhere I go, there's bad guys. And I'm the victim. And so I cycle through blame. I cycle through avoiding responsibility in relationships. I don't control myself. I end up manipulating everybody else. And it's coming from the root. I'm powerless. So we're going to introduce the truth. We're going to confront the lie that you're powerless, because you're not. You are powerful to control you. And if you don't control you, you're out of control. We're going to introduce, all right, there's something you can do about every situation with you. You haven't been doing that. You've been trying to get that person that you don't control to do something. We're going to start getting you to do something with the person you can control, you. Immediately, there's a shift, because no longer do I believe I'm powerful. No longer does a bad guy have the ability to control me. I now am powerful. I can manage myself no matter what other people do, whether they're good or evil. I can manage myself. And all of a sudden, the peace, the joy, the truth, the love, all of a sudden, this becomes something I control. I've never controlled it before. I always needed something out there to make me happy. The belief structure is like it's like a vacuum cleaner. It's looking for what will reinforce it. And so if I'm locked onto powerlessness, especially, I'm locked onto who is responsible for how I feel, who is responsible for why I did what I did, who is responsible for how I'm talking right now, who is to blame, versus what am I going to do different than I did last time I was in this situation. Because last time I was in this situation, I got really disrespectful. Last time I was in this situation, I ended up lying about some things. Last time I was in this situation, I mishandled it. So rather than project out there and recruit reinforcement for who's to blame, I instead will shift to, I'm looking for ideas of what I can do different the next time I'm in that situation. Here we go. We've changed the outcome by changing what I believe to be true in that situation.